We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello dear student, myself is Roshni Parikh and today I am going to discuss about the class B commutations of an SCR. Now as we seen that class A commutation, class F commutation means in a previous section I have already discussed about the commutation classifications of commutations, class F commutations and class A commutation. Now today I am going to discuss about the class B commutation. Now class B commutations is also one of the class one of the type of force commutation. Now in a force commutation, as we know that in a force commutation SCR is a force to turn off by using the commutating elements or a commutation circuit. Now in a force commutation means what? Force commutation always a supply, that is the DC type, and commutation circuit, external commutation circuit is required to turn off the SCR. Now let's discuss about the class B commutation. What is the circuit of the class B commutation? So now in a class B commutation, see here a thyristor T1, thyristor T1 is there, then capacitor and inductor, here a diode, then another thyristor that is labeled as the auxiliary thyristor, and a load is there. And this circuit is energized with the DC source. In a force commutation always an input supply, that is the DC. Now here a thyristor T1, that is the main thyristor which is required to be turned off, main thyristor. Here a capacitor C, inductor L, diode D, and here a auxiliary thyristor, and here a load RL. Now few assumptions are taken before start to learn about the class B commutation, and assumptions are that first some assumptions are made, and that assumptions are that LC that is in a resonance in a nature. So L and C is resonance in nature, resonance in nature. Second is capacitor is initially charged with plus VDC, and third load current is a constant, These are the few assumptions which are made before start to learn about the class B commutation. L and C forms the resonance, means here inductor L and C which are connected in a series, that is a resonance in a nature. Then C is initially charged with a VDC, means what? Your capacitor is initially charged with the left hand side is a positive with respect to right hand side. So and also load current is a constant. These are the few assumptions which are going to be made before to start to learn about the circuit. Now let's understand the different stages of the this class B commutations of the circuit. Now see here T1, that is the main thyristor, which is required to be turned off. Here L, C and TA forms the commutating circuit, means inductor L, capacitor C and auxiliary thyristor TA are from the commutating circuit, means circuit which is turn off the main thyristor T1. Now TA, that is labeled as the auxiliary thyristor. Now initially both the thyristor in a stage number 1, T1 and TA both are off. In an initial condition your thyristor T1 and TA both are off. So what will happen, okay, when TA and TA are off, at that time both are act as the open circuit. So your current is going through, see here a positive and here a negative. So what will happen, so now current is flowing. If I say current is a I0, then current is a flow from positive through capacitor, through inductor L, through diode, as the diode anode is getting a positive, so diode is a forward bias. So current is flowing through the your positive, through the capacitor, through inductor, through diode, through your RL, through the negative. And now capacitor is initially charged with the here positive and here a negative, means as a left hand side is a positive with respect to right hand side plate. So here this assumption is now going to be correct. If I say we have already taken the assumption that C is initially charged with the plus VDC, means here capacitor is going to be charged and capacitor is now fully charged is equal to the your input voltage, that is the VDC, with this plate is a positive with respect to the right hand side plate. Now T1 is a turn on. What will happen, okay, see here T1 and TA both are the off. Now capacitor is a fully charged, and if when the capacitor is a fully charged, then what happen, it acts as the open circuit, means now there is no further current is flowing through the, as the diode is a reverse bias and act as the open circuit, means there is no current is flowing now, and there is no path for the capacitor for the discharging. Now T1 is a turn on. Now in a stage number 2, what will happen, T1 is a on and T2 is a off. So what will happen, okay, now T1 is a turn on by applying a gate pulse at an angle of a firing angle of a alpha. Then what will happen, okay, now current is flowing through the T1 through load through the negative. Still here a diode, that is the open circuited. So what will happen, okay, there is no path for the capacitor to getting a discharge, but your current is flowing as the diode, see here a negative is gets the anode. So diode is act as the open circuit, you can say like this. Diode is now a reverse bias, means a diode is act as the open circuit, and your capacitor is still fully charged as the VDC. So there is no path for the capacitor to the discharge, and as a T1 is a turn on by applying the gate pulse. So what will happen, your now current is flowing from plus to the T1 through the load through the negative, as the load current is flowing from the source to load. Now if you want to turn off the thyristor T1, at that time what will happen, TA is a turn on by applying a gate pulse. When you are going to turn off this thyristor, at that time TA is a turn on by applying a gate pulse. So in a stage number 3, TA is also on by applying a gate pulse. So in a stage number 3, TA and also further T1 is on. So T1 and TA both are on condition. Now what will happen? Okay, when TA is turned on by applying a gate pulse and angle of a firing angle of a alpha, at that time TA is start to conduct, and your now capacitor, this loop, see here, this loop is now a closed loop. So capacitor is now gets the path for the discharging. So capacitor starts to discharge through the your TA through the inductor L. So now capacitor current is flowing like a positive to TA through the inductor through a negative. And when capacitor is discharging and current attains the zero value, at that time your capacitor, see here, capacitor is discharging through this loop, barabar. In this loop capacitor is discharging. So what will happen? Okay, from positive to your discharging current is flowing through the your auxiliary thyristor through the inductor. So what will happen? Okay, when capacitor discharge current attains the zero value, at that time anode current of auxiliary thyristor is 0, means below the holding current, and your TA is turn off, and capacitor is charged into the opposite direction, here a positive and here a negative, as the capacitor is a charge in the opposite polarity, here a positive and here a negative. So it is a minus VDC, and the TA is a turn off. So TA is turn off, so as it is a open circuited. So now in a stage 4, TA off, capacitor voltage is equal to minus VDC, and T1 is still on. Now in a stage number 5, what will happen? Stage number 5, what will happen? So see here, okay, now capacitor is oppositely charged, with a right hand side plate is a positive with respect to left hand side. Now this capacitor, this positive is get by the diode. So as the diode is now a forward bias, and it comes into the conduction mode, as the anode of the diode which get the positive. So it's a forward bias, diode is a forward bias now, and it comes into the conduction mode. So now resonance current, see here LC forms the resonance, LC resonance in a nature, LC forms the resonance. So resonance current is supplied by the capacitor, which is in a opposite direction. So see, if I say resonance current is a IC, barabar, which is supplied by the capacitor, and then resonance current is flowing opposite direction, means from cathode to anode, and already I0 is flowing from anode to cathode. So what will happen? Now question is that, okay, why this current which is supplied by the capacitor is flowing opposite direction, reverse direction through the your thyristor T1, why it takes this path, why it will not take this path? So only answer is that, okay, always current choose a path where the resistance is low. So that's why the IC which is the current, resonance current supplied by the capacitor, choose this path. So it will flow from cathode to anode through the thyristor T1, as the I0 is flowing from anode to cathode and IC is flowing from cathode to anode. So during this step 5, in this stage 5, when your I0 is equal to IC, at that time your current is a 0, which is passing through the thyristor T1. So your T1 is a turn off. So here a main thyristor is a turn off due to the resonance current which is supplied by the capacitor. So it is also, class B commutation is also known as the resonant pulse commutation, or you can say as the when your I0 becomes the IC, at that time your current which is passing through the T1 is a 0, means your anode current is a 0, means below the holding current. That's why the T1 is a reverse bias and turn off. So it is also known as the current commutation. Current commutation, or you can say it is referred as the force commutation. So these are the working of the class B commutation. Now in a class B commutation, total 5 stages are there. Initially your T1 and here a thyristor T2 is there. So thyristor T2 means auxiliary thyristor is there. So basically for the commutating element in a commutation circuit, L, C and TA are there, and initially T1 and TA both are off. So capacitor is initially charged with the here positive and here negative. So hope you understood. Thank you.